that fight?
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather. Come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day.
You see somebody like Floyd Mayweather, that's the oldest trick in the book, y'all. Y'all know. When y'all see somebody flogging money everywhere, they got this, they got that, they got this. Was it Gervonta Davis? Tank told us 2 years ago that the reason they held Floyd Mayweather, you can put it back on the screen, captain, in Dubai is because he had owed them money and they wouldn't release him until he announced the fight to give them their money back. You know they do that over there in Dubai, right? You ain't going nowhere if you owe a debt. He was trapped over there for almost 2 months, according to Gervonta. They shared the same manager, Al Layman, who collected money in cash.
And by the way, there's an update right now posted on Inside the Ring show that the camp of Team Pacquiao, which I expected would say that this is a pro fight. That's not the biggest problem that I see right now. It is not. So if you think about this really, an announcement was made. Pacquiao says it on social media and on interviews, then suddenly Floyd Mayweather says something different. This is something to be worried about.
The boxing world, clearly frustrated by the ongoing back and forth, is showing growing outrage. Floyd Mayweather has reportedly signaled hesitation, stepping away from a potential professional rematch and leaning toward a safer exhibition format. To many, it appears as an attempt to protect his perfect 50-0 record rather than risk it against a highly motivated Manny Pacquiao. This situation goes beyond a simple fight falling through. It has sparked strong reactions from fans, with some viewing it as disappointing and questioning what it means for his legacy. The controversy has stirred debate across the combat sports community, putting Mayweather's reputation under intense scrutiny.
So we're good?
Yeah, first of all, Manny Pacquiao at Sphere. What part did being at the Sphere kind of play you taking that fight?
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Right. And as far as that, what's it going to be like fighting him again, like 11 years later now?
It's just, I never really took any abuse, in the sport of boxing. Still extremely healthy, work out every day. And, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out, have a little fun, entertain, and put on some exhibitions? So that's what I'm doing.
The situation between the two camps is spiraling out of control. Manny Pacquiao has drawn a clear line in the sand, refusing to take part in what he sees as a glorified exhibition. He's demanding a fully sanctioned bout, complete with official judges and a result that counts on their professional records. What makes it even more intense is that, reportedly, the paperwork may actually support his position.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want
those
to
things.
fight. I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight.
Yeah. Is Spears still in Las Vegas?
That's that's the contract that he signed. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
he has to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why.
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't?
Yeah. All right. Look good. You look already in shape. What adjustments do you think you're gonna make for the rematch? Adjustments compared to the first fight.
I have the improved and better strategy compared to the last one.
I know it's something you've been wanting for a very long time. I know you felt that that first fight wasn't, the best of you, right?
Yeah. This time, no excuse. No excuse.
Insiders like ESPN's Mike Coppinger have revealed major developments, reporting that a legally binding contract for a professional bout has already been signed and finalized. This suggests that platforms like Netflix didn't make their global announcement without solid backing. As a result, the sudden shift from the other side has left many in the industry questioning what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, Max, so Mayweather threw some cold water on any excitement for the fight with Manny Pacquiao in September when last week he did an interview and said that it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition and not necessarily going to be at the Sphere. And Max, that really puzzled me because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere. So earlier this morning, I spoke to Jazz Mather, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. That it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere. So I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not. I don't see him turning down a major payday over this, but we'll bear watching. And also, I'm told that further to that, Pacquiao has no interest in this if it's not a real fight.
It raises serious questions about the motive behind turning a massive professional showdown into a simple exhibition. Many within the industry believe fear could be a factor. Analysts like Max Kellerman suggest that the physical realities of aging may now be playing a role. Nearing 50, a fighter's body doesn't respond the same way it once did. There's a strong belief that protecting an undefeated 50-0 legacy is a major concern. Facing a highly motivated opponent, especially one who still feels wronged from their 2015 encounter, represents a significant risk. A fully sanctioned fight brings real danger, so the push toward an exhibition can appear like an attempt to preserve that perfect record while still capitalizing financially.
It happened after its expiration date. We will never have the actual answer. You and I might agree, Mayweather was too long, too good a boxer, naturally bigger guy and better defense. But we will never actually know the answer to that question because we never got to see it 5 years earlier. Now, Shady makes the point, Malik, that this is not like Crawford-Canelo, and it's not. Yeah. But it's also not exactly like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
It's nowhere near
right?
that stuff.
So what is it? What are we, because Netflix doesn't seem to care if this is more of kind of a carnival or an exhibition, or if it's like the greatest, biggest fight in the world. What they're looking for are eyeballs, right? Where does this fall? Mayweather and Pacquiao on the most legitimate Crawford-Canelo side of the spectrum, or the kind of sideshow Jake Paul, Mike Tyson side of the spectrum?
To piggyback off of what Shady was saying, I actually believe people will feed into it heavy because we're talking about two of the elites of all time. They both are extremely technically sound. They both are known for what they have done in the ring. Obviously, Mayweather got the huge promotion market behind him. So does Pacquiao. I just think it does numbers. And I also would be like a huge fan of it. I think the way how Floyd is looking lately, whether it's in the gym and the way how Pacquiao has been looking in his last fight, I'm really into the fight if they're going to do it again, especially if it's going to be on the best stage in the world, the ring, the Netflix, and the same type of numbers going on.
Drama extends far beyond just the two fighters. Former rivals are now stepping into the spotlight, adding fuel to the fire. Oscar de la Hoya, for example, went viral after delivering an unfiltered rant, openly criticizing what he saw as a sudden retreat. He didn't hold back, calling the move weak and questionable. De la Hoya even referenced his own past experience, claiming something similar happened to him years ago. According to him, a retirement was strategically announced to avoid honoring a rematch clause, only for the fighter to return the moment that clause expired. His comments have only intensified the controversy surrounding the situation.
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't gonna do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go.
This harsh public criticism only added more fuel to the fire, creating a narrative that questions the decisions of a legendary fighter, suggesting a pattern of carefully avoiding high-risk situations when the conditions aren't fully in his favor.
People want to know, how do you beat Manny Pacquiao on the second go-around?
We both winners. Because it's an exhibition, so we're both winners. I mean, we just want to go out there and entertain the people and put on a good show.
This situation has sparked an uncomfortable question circulating across the sports world. What's really driving these decisions? Speculation has begun to grow around the financial motivations behind the sudden push for multiple exhibition bouts. Some observers see it as a sign of urgency rather than celebration. The quick scheduling of unusual matchups, like a potential fight against a kickboxer in Greece or even talks of an exhibition with Mike Tyson, has raised eyebrows. Instead of looking like a relaxed victory lap, it's being interpreted by some as a fast-paced effort to generate revenue. When a retired fighter starts taking on global exhibitions in rapid succession, the narrative can shift, from a legendary return to the ring to questions about underlying financial pressures.
Going on? Hey, I mean, it's unfortunate that it's come to what it's come to. Obviously, when we first heard about him having a 3-fight deal, we understood why he's having a 3-fight deal. I gave my name to people that he could have fought, that could have helped him if he was in financial crisis and needed to recoup some of that money back. And Manny Pacquiao was one of the names. It's crazy that it's even got to this point. I don't even know what to think about it at this point. Obviously, signing multiple deals and getting in advance and having them pay you ahead of the fight. I mean, like, is that normal? Does that happen?
I mean, you
nah.
Ocho, I've known players that they burn through their money. They take out an advance on next year's salary.
Nah.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Wait, bring that. Hold on. Time out. Bring that back to me one more time.
I've seen guys. I know guys. I'm never gonna put their business out there. That go through the money that they made in 25. That they got to take an advance out on 26 salary.
Damn.
Yes.
Man, I hope ain't none of this true, man. I know they're pretty much quotes, but I hope Floyd ain't in that predicament, bro.
I hope so too, Joe.
The situation behind the scenes is becoming increasingly complicated, with reports suggesting that financial and contractual issues could push this entire spectacle beyond the ring and into a legal battle. According to these claims, a significant advance on the fight purse may have already been taken, raising serious concerns about how the agreement will be honored. This creates a high-stakes scenario. The opposing camp is reportedly holding firm, either proceed with a fully sanctioned professional bout as agreed or risk facing legal consequences for breaching the contract. Accepting payment for a major event and then shifting to an exhibition format could lead to serious disputes. With tensions rising, both sides appear to be preparing for a potential legal showdown if the original terms aren't fulfilled.
So number one, as we stand, this fight is not canceled. I know that there were some things spreading around, some boxing news outlets and stuff yesterday. It is not canceled in any way. Floyd Mayweather is in a breach. He is officially in a breach. He's been in a breach since the day he went out and said what he said on Saturday, but he's officially in a breach as of yesterday. He has a cure period. There are certain things that he needs to do, and he has multiple breaches, not just one. So this was never an exhibition. It was never going to be an exhibition. It was never signed as an exhibition. Manny Pacquiao has no interest in doing an exhibition with Floyd. And just for the record, what the public doesn't know, Floyd Mayweather signed not one, not two, but 3 different agreements on 3 different dates with 2 different parties that ultimately got intertwined in the month of January. And this is all related to his return to professional boxing. First one was on October 24th. The second one was on November 6th. Third one was on December 14th. He received money for all 3 agreements when he signed them, okay? Not only that, he's taken an advance on his purse on this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, okay, on his fight against Pacquiao. So there's another lender also that's now involved in this, okay? So him saying that it's not at the Sphere, him saying that there's no real fight, it's complete bullshit.
Patience has run out. The boxing media and hardcore fans are growing increasingly frustrated, with many turning their backs on the entire situation. The backlash has been loud and relentless. Veteran boxing journalist Dan Raphael summed up the mood perfectly, expressing just how exhausted the industry feels, even going as far as saying he'd rather do anything than sit through another version of their infamous first fight.
But as I said to you in Las Vegas, I'd rather set myself on fire than watch that rematch, because it was, I've said, I'm not even joking about this, it was the worst experience of my 25 plus year career covering boxing. Absolutely horrible in every sense of the word. The fight stunk, that was the culmination, but everything about it was horrible. I have no interest personally. What I found interesting is that I don't know, a month and a half ago, there was an announcement that Floyd Mayweather was going to fight Mike Tyson in an exhibition match. So I'm not sure where that fits into the situation. I mean, supposedly they have a signed agreement for that fight pending landing, I guess, some kind of broadcast partner. Whether they've done that or not, I don't know. But, it seems like Floyd, for a guy that's been retired for almost 10 years, is pretty busy. It's just a matter of, do we not have anything fresh in boxing? Is it so pathetic that we have to run back a shitty fight from 12 years ago? I mean, look, Manny looked pretty good when he fought Barrios in July. It wasn't like he looked like an old man. I thought he won the fight, to be quite honest. A lot of people thought he won the fight. Floyd hasn't been in the ring in a real fight, quote unquote real fight, because his final official fight was against Conor McGregor, who was making his pro debut. You got to go back to 2017 for that fight. So we're coming up on a decade since he's been in the...
Fans are starting to feel misled, caught in an endless cycle of broken promises and shifting expectations. When promotion seems to prioritize branding and profit over true competition, audiences notice quickly. What began as excitement around a major announcement has now turned into frustration, with fans demanding real, meaningful fights instead of what they see as staged cash grabs.
What Mayweather and Pacquiao are doing right now. I think you are dramatically overestimating what the size of the audience is going to be. Sure, it'll be 7 figures because anything on Netflix is 7 figures because it has 270 million subscribers worldwide. It will be 7 figures, but it won't sniff the kind of numbers that those other fights did. And that's a problem, I think, for Netflix. Netflix is in the big number business. They're in the event business. I think if you take away the carrot of this being a real fight, that is going to diminish this fight considerably in the eyes of a lot of people, man.
The only carrot here is the fact that Netflix is on board. And if you have a Netflix subscription, you're going to get to watch this for free. My neighbors, my elder league neighbors, they're the ones that actually told me about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. when it happened. They were into that fight. They bought that pay-per-view. You think they're not going to watch the fight if it's free on Netflix with 2 familiar names? It's going to be a mega success, but it's going to be a terrible fight. It's going to be 2 geriatric has-been old greats that are just doing it for the money, and we're just watching for the intrigue. That's it.
I would say this. This is just my opinion. I don't think Netflix knew that Mayweather was going to say that. I think they went into this fight with the belief that it was going to be a real fight. That's what I think. And will this change their opinion of it? I don't know, but I think it definitely diminishes the size of the audience when this fight ultimately happens. However that's measured, it's gonna do look, the Taylor Serrano fight did what, like 5 million views? Like, that's an incredible number generally, but Netflix looks at a number like that and goes like, that's not really for us, because we can put anything on there, do 5 million views. Anything. They could put a replay of Mora Manfredo on there. It would do 1 million views.
You know what? I've been waiting for the Netflix.
And we're off.
Contender season 1. Come on, Netflix. Contender season 1.
Season 1. Let's go. Run it back.
Everything is on the line now, and time is running out. This goes far beyond a single payday or streaming debut. It's about legacy and how history will remember it. The dilemma is clear. Will a binding contract lead to a real, high-stakes fight where an undefeated record could finally be at risk? Or will the situation shift once again, avoiding that ultimate challenge? The boxing world is watching closely, waiting to see what truly unfolds inside the ring. But what do you think about all the recent drama surrounding Floyd Mayweather and the potential rematch? Do you think it will actually happen? Let me know in the comments. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.